While the exact mechanisms they're still being explored, probiotic-rich foods, incorporating them into your diet can support both physical and mental well-being as well.
It's not that she lays out a particular diet plan, but more goes very in-depth into all the different nutrients and how these things work in your body so you can understand what your body really needs.
Welcome to Veteran Voices SITREP with your hosts, Tom and Chris Faust.
Welcome to Veteran Voices. I am your co-host, Tom Faust. I'm here with my son and co-host, Chris. And today we are here to talk about nutrition for mental health. And so this is part 3 of a 4-part series on wellness and mental health strategies. And the first one we discussed mindfulness and meditation. And the second part we discussed physical fitness and its effects on mental health. Today, as I said, we're talking on nutrition and how that will benefit you for certain kinds of nutrition, the way you eat, the way you think about food, all this stuff will affect your mental health related to nutrition. And so today, I want to start off talking about how diet affects your mental health and the role it plays and how it influences your mood and your cognitive function and the overall well-being. And so we'll kind of present an overview here, and then we can get into more detail as we go on. But first, I wanted to talk about what is considered probably the best diet for your physical and mental health. This is called the Mediterranean diet, and the people in the Mediterranean have some of the longest lifespans and are some of the happiest people. Apparently, a lot of it has to do with the way that they eat. The Mediterranean diet, it's rich in fruits and vegetables and whole grains and nuts and fish, and a lot of olive oil, which has been associated with better mental health as well. So that's something to consider is the kind of foods in the Mediterranean diet. If you're looking for something specific to follow, those are easy to find online. There's lots of recipes available you can look for. Just do search on Google or Bing, wherever you do your searching. And so the two big things in the diet are antioxidants and omega-3 fatty acids. So antioxidants are foods that have a lot of beta-carotene, vitamin C, vitamin E, and these help protect your brain cells and can potentially reduce the risk of depression and cognitive decline. Fatty acids you'll find in fish like salmon and sardines, and the omega-3s are linked to lower rates of depression and play a big role in maintaining brain health, cell structure and function.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the poor diets have a pretty big impact on you. And, what's referred to as the Western diet of what a lot of people in America eat is
diets
that are high in processed foods, sugars, unhealthy fats. These are all associated with increased risks of depression, anxiety. Obviously weight gain, things like that. It can lead to inflammation, oxidative stress. Impacts your brain health. And then there's the high glycemic index foods, which they cause rapid spikes in blood sugar levels and may contribute to mood swings, increased risk of depression. So it is a big thing to try and manage your blood sugar levels through balanced diet to help stabilize your mood. And then a couple of different mechanisms that kind of link your diet to your mental health is called the gut-brain axis. And it's basically, the gut microbiome plays a role by influencing neurotransmitter production and inflammation. So basically, just brain health. To help with this, you're going to like a diet rich in fiber, fruits, vegetables, all that stuff that's good for, healthy gut and beneficial well-being. And then neurotransmitter production, which is a nutrients like tryptophan.
Yeah, you get that on Thanksgiving. That's what puts you to sleep.
After that's right. Okay. Yeah, got it.
Stuff, yeah.
So it's not the fact that I eat a whole bunch of it. It's just the fact that, it's part of the turkey.
Well, the more you eat of it, the more you get.
Yeah.
So there is that.
So Turkey and chicken gets you, things like, serotonin, which helps regulate mood. And then, adequate protein intake also will support the production of these neurotransmitters that are essential for your mental health.
Yeah, you can't really live on carbs. They have these diets that are the all protein diet or the all carb diet, and the carbs are your energy, and that's great if you're going to be out doing something. But you don't want to take in lots of carbs if you're going to be sitting around watching TV, right? Because that's not so good for you.
Right. Just kind of in conclusion of that little part there is, a balanced diet that includes a variety of different nutrient dense foods is going to help your mental health. It's going to help brain function. And when diet alone just kind of, it can't cure mental health, but it is a vital component of a good approach to a mental well-being.
Next, we want to talk about the nutrients for mental well-being. We'll get into a little more detail about each type. So first off is omega-3 fatty acids. And these are essentially polyunsaturated fats as opposed to the saturated fats that you get in a lot of food that is just not good for you. The polyunsaturated fat is, and plays a critical role in maintaining your overall health, including the brain and heart in particular. Your body can't produce these fats on their own, and so they have to be obtained through diet or supplements. The three main types have chemical names that I have trouble pronouncing, so I will use the acronyms for them, and you can look them up if you need to, and we'll have some information at the end. But the ALA, which is found in plant oils like flaxseed and canola oil, there's one that's its acronym is EPA, and another DHA, and these are found in fish and other seafood. This is where salmon, for instance, comes in. So the omega-3s, they're known for their ability to reduce inflammation, lower blood pressure, decrease the triglycerides, and reduce the risk of heart disease, which makes it something really worth looking into if it's not something you already eat on a regular basis. Fish is really good for you, particularly, like we said earlier, the salmon. And I don't go for sardines like on pizza, but, I do love salmon. So regular consumption of these things like salmon, mackerel, walnuts, chia seeds, and these are recommended to ensure an adequate intake of these beneficial fats.
Yeah, I can't do sardines or anchovies or anything like that. So yeah, just salmon, trout, all those good tasting fish. And I've got some people that swear by salmon or by sardines and anchovies. And it's like, no, can't do it.
Very salty the way they deliver them.
So the next thing on the list is going to be your B vitamins, which, these are all the ones that people know, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, but they play a crucial role in maintaining your overall health and well-being. So you've got, vitamins B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, B9, and B12, which help with energy production. They help convert your food into energy. And they also support brain function, red blood cell formation, and contributes to healthy skin, hair, and eyes. And you can find B vitamins in a lot of different foods: whole grains, eggs, citrus fruits, avocados, meat, poultry, fish, and fortified cereals. Even deficiencies in the vitamins can lead to different health issues like anemia, fatigue, depression, and kind of a weakened immune system. So it's definitely beneficial to maintain an adequate level of B vitamins in your balanced diet or supplements if you need to help sustain your energy levels and promote your mental health.
Yeah. And one thing to be aware of is B vitamin. There's two different kinds of vitamins. There's ones that are water soluble and some that are fat soluble. The B vitamins are fat soluble, and you can take too much. So be sure to follow the instructions, but you want to have a sufficient amount. Things like vitamin C, which is water soluble, you can have as much as you want in your body, just eliminates the rest. The next one that I want to talk about is magnesium. It's an essential mineral that plays a pivotal role in numerous body functions, including your muscle and nerve functions. Helps control your blood glucose and your bone health as well. It also acts as a cofactor in more than 300 enzymatic reactions, contributing to processes such as protein synthesis, muscle and nerve function, blood pressure regulation. I know some of these are semi-technical terms, but basically it just helps your body process various things to keep you healthier. Magnesium is also crucial for energy production and the synthesis of DNA and RNA, which is definitely important in your life. Beyond the physical benefits, it's known for calming effects on the nervous system. It's kind of referred to sometimes as the relaxation mineral. It can help you reduce symptoms of anxiety and promote better sleep. Various sources where you can get magnesium are the leafy green vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes, which are like, beans. Despite the importance, many people don't get enough magnesium in their diets, and these can lead to things like muscle cramps, fatigue, mental health issues like anxiety and depression. So you want to make sure you get an adequate intake. And a lot of these things are really easy to get, especially, nuts, if you like cashews or almonds, things like that, those are great for you. Various green vegetables, so just make sure you get the right kind of things to eat, and you won't even have to take the supplements, but there are supplements that you can take as well.
Yeah, for those of us that, don't like eating food that our food eats.
Yeah. One of the scenes in, not the Lord of the Rings, but the Hobbit, they're eating various things, and he's like, I don't like green food.
Anyway. So yeah, next on the list is probiotics, which you've seen like the Activia yogurt and stuff like that, which are big on that. But basically, probiotics are live microorganisms that when consumed in adequate amounts, they give you some different health benefits, particularly for your gut health. What that's going to do is it's going to play a crucial role in maintaining a balanced gut microbiome, which is essential for digestion and nutrient absorption. And this is part of that gut-brain axis, which is a two-way communication between the gut and the brain, and probiotics help influence that. So the connection means that they can also impact mental health, potentially reducing symptoms of anxiety and depression through the production of serotonin, dopamine. And research suggests that probiotics may enhance your mood and cognitive function because of the improved gut health and reduced inflammation. And while the exact mechanisms they're still being explored, probiotic-rich foods, incorporating them into your diet can support both physical and mental well-being as well.
And next, we're going to talk about developing a balanced diet. So what you want to do is create a meal plan for yourself that supports your mental health. And this involves incorporating a variety of nutrient-dense foods and establishing mindful eating habits, which is also important. So you want to incorporate nutrient-rich foods. These have the essential nutrients, like we've talked about already, that support mental health. Your omega-3 fatty acids, which is found in the fish, fatty fish like salmon. The B vitamins, the leafy greens, whole grains, antioxidants, fruits and vegetables, all of these things, incorporate together to give you a nutrient-rich diet. And then you want to plan balanced meals. So you want to ensure that each meal has a balance of the various macronutrients, proteins, fatty, healthy fats, and the complex carbohydrates, and just kind of make sure that your meal has a variety of things, not just all one thing. Proteins are important. They provide amino acids necessary for neurotransmitter production, while the healthy fats and those from the nuts and olive oil support the brain health. The complex carbohydrates from whole grains can help maintain steady blood sugar levels and reduce various mood swings.
And then another part of regulating that whole thing is adequate hydration. Drinking water, staying hydrated it's essential for maintaining your energy levels and your cognitive function. So you always want to make sure you include plenty of water throughout the day, because even mild dehydration can affect your concentration. And while you're staying hydrated, you want to make sure that you have a good mind for your meal timing. So whether that's, you're continuing, you're considering timing your meals to maintain the stable blood sugar levels. You can have smaller, more frequent meals. Some people, do a fasting thing, like if they're trying to lose weight, especially there's like a 16-8 method, just kind of depends on what your body is. But intermittent fasting is a big thing that a lot of people are doing now. And, you just want to make sure that you keep track of when you're eating and you're not just, oh, okay, well, I'm going to have a big meal for breakfast and then you're a little hungry. Okay, have some more. All right, well, it's like 11 o'clock at night. I'm going to have a meal and then you're going to sleep afterwards, which isn't good. And then even while you're having mindful mealtime, you can also incorporate some different foods like throughout the day, like yogurts and, some different fermented foods that will help with the probiotic intake and just help balance your body out for everything that it needs.
And then, so then you want to, as we've been saying, you want to plan and prepare your meals, right? So you want to do this in advance so you know what you're going to have and you can do your shopping accordingly. And this reduces stress and decision fatigue because if you have a week's worth at a time, let's say you plan your meals for the week, you can go shopping for the ingredients that you'll need for those meals, and then you know what to prepare each day. And that makes it a lot easier to stay organized and to stay on top of having consistently healthy meals. This can also, and just reducing the stress about it can have a big benefit because, and also the fact that if you don't have a meal plan, it just, you get hungry. It's like, well, what am I going to have? Oh, here's a, frozen pizza in the fridge, or something like that. Or you go out and eat junk food, which is really bad. There's not much good in the junk food at the, fast food restaurants. So you really should try to avoid that, except for a treat now and then maybe. Just make sure you plan ahead and stay hydrated.
So touching base a little further on mindful eating practices, mindful eating involves, using different techniques to bring full attention to, the experience of eating, where it encourages awareness of physical hunger cues, emotional triggers, sensory experiences, different things of that to help with being mindful of what and how. So one of the things you want to do is eat slowly and without distraction. Take your time with each bite, whether you savor it, chew it thoroughly, or just slow yourself down and allow your mind and body to catch up on the amount that you're eating, so that way you don't overeat. By listening to your hunger cues, you tune into your body's signals to eat only when you're truly hungry and stop when you're full. And, there's different senses of fullness. Your body might tell you, okay, yeah, I've had enough, but you might be like, oh, well, I can eat a little more. That's my problem. But trying to work on it. Engaging the senses helps you notice things, colors, smells, textures, flavors of food to enhance the eating experience. That way you're slowing down, you're paying more attention to these things. And then distinguishing between physical and emotional hunger. This is where, you eat when you're hungry or you eat when you're stressed. When I quit smoking years ago, I was still under a lot of stress and, everything else going on. I basically replaced smoking with food. That was the way that I dealt with stress. And it's something that I'm trying to work on now. But so it's.
You could start smoking. That would, help off. Oh, wait, no.
No, I'd rather not.
Yeah,
that's even worse for you than overeating.
Exercise is probably a good one.
Yeah, but that's just so much work. No, I know. Exercising, that's part of the physical well-being part.
That's true.
And then you want to appreciate your food. Be grateful that you have food because a lot of people out there might not, and you're just gonna consider its journey from, wherever it was made to, where it is right in front of you. So just appreciate what you have there.
Yeah. For instance, various fruits and vegetables that, may not grow year round where you live, but you have the ability to get them because of the way that they can be grown elsewhere and transported to you still fresh. That's something worth appreciating. Back in the day, people didn't have that. Yep. Some of the benefits of mindful eating, can improve your relationship with food, the way you perceive what you're eating and just know that what you're eating is good for you, as opposed to, well, it tastes good and I know I'm going to get fat, but it tastes good. You have a better relationship with it if you're just really thinking about the good foods and how they're good for you, how it's going to help you in the future as well. And then, of course, you can, you'll enjoy your food more by focusing on the various aspects of the food. The mindful eating can help increase your enjoyment and eating slower gives you better digestion because you take your time, give your body time to handle what you're eating instead of shoving it all in and, all at once. Just kind of take your time and enjoy your meals. So mindful eating isn't a diet, but more a way of cultivating a healthier relationship with food. It can be done with any kind of food. It doesn't really matter as far as that's concerned, as far as the mindfulness part of it is. Mm-hmm. And so you can practice this and it can lead to improved mental and physical well-being because it helps promote a balanced approach to your nourishment.
Yeah. So, as we've said, multiple times here, developing a healthier relationship with food, it's going to involve shifting your mindset and habits. We had talked a bit about mindful eating, but another one is as long as you're keeping tabs on what you're eating, you can give yourself unconditional permission to eat. So you can allow yourself to eat all types of foods without guilt or restriction to help reduce the power that, the forbidden foods might have on you if you know it's bad for you, kind of a thing. But if you allow yourself to do this, but keeping in mind, how much you're eating and how often, it can decrease binge eating, promote a more well-balanced diet, and you're less likely to overindulge when you eat these foods just because okay, hey, I can have it anytime I want. I don't need to have it all the time because it's, bad for me. And I'm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you want to avoid calling the foods good or bad. I know at least one, if not more, Simpsons episodes, Homer is lamenting, why are all the bad things so tasty? But it's not that they're bad. It's too much. It's like anything in moderation. So you can have what you want, but don't eat too much of the stuff that's too fatty or too much sugar. You want to avoid having too much, but it's not that it's bad. It's that too much of it is bad. And then the good foods are good for you. And sometimes, they aren't as tasty, but they're good and you'll feel better in the long run for eating those. Categorizing them as good or bad is not something you should do, but just understand the benefits. This helps you reduce the guilt and anxiety about eating certain foods and encourages you to be more flexible in your approach. Yeah.
And then, as we'd mentioned a little bit before too, listen to your body's hunger and fullness signals. So, eat when you're hungry, stop when you feel, full enough, and, try to avoid eating out of boredom, stress, or habit, and that'll help you regulate your food intake naturally and prevent overeating. And then kind of going into that a little further, emotional triggers. Identify what emotional triggers that lead to the unhealthy eating habits that you have and recognizing those and then trying to find other more, productive things to offset that instead of, food.
Yeah. And if you need to, then, seek some professional help. There are, you can go see a registered dietitian or therapist. There is even eating coaches that can help guide you in developing a better relationship with your food. But the professional support can provide personalized strategies and accountability and help you address underlying issues related to food. And by implementing these strategies, you can work toward a healthier relationship with food that, prioritizes nourishment and enjoyment and balance, and helps you, overcome, the restriction of guilt in what you eat. The thing I wanted to mention, and I'll provide a link to this. My niece is a registered nutritionist, and she had created a little 4-part course or series on how basically it's about how to create a diet that works for you. But the idea is that it's not that she lays out a particular diet plan, but more goes very in depth into all the different nutrients and how these things work in your body, so you can understand what your body really needs. And then from that, choose the appropriate foods and diet that would work for you. All right. So on that, I think we do have a list of frequently asked questions and answers, and I'll provide that as a link with this podcast or in the description of the podcast that you can refer to. Because that's like for more information. I'll provide that. I'll provide the link to Janessa's diet plan and that little course, because that's a free course you can take. And I think that we'll about wrap this one up, Chris, unless there's something else you had to mention.
No, nothing I can think of there. As always, just want to thank everybody for taking the time to hear, listen to what we have to say, and make sure to spread the news, hit like, subscribe, anything that you can to help get this information out to anybody who you think might need it. And if you have any questions or comments, by all means, leave a comment on the video.
Yeah, that'd be great. I appreciate that. Okay, well, that wraps us up for today. So until next time. Again, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you.
Yeah.